everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for March 21st. I think it might be the official start of spring today, or maybe it's tomorrow, but I know spring is either one of those 2 days, but we are right on the cusp of spring before our spring snowfall that's going to happen here in Michigan tomorrow. Anyway, if you are joining me, please comment and tell me hello, and we will get started here in just a couple of minutes. There I am. Okay. So if you are joining me, please comment and tell me hello. And then we will start our stuff here in just a little bit. So anyway, as I mentioned, spring is right around the corner. I think spring, it's either today or tomorrow is the first day of spring. But as we are thinking spring, we have a snowstorm here in Michigan coming tomorrow. So crazy weather, but yeah, we are in the 4 to 7 inch range, and I'm going, please no, I don't want no more snow. But anyway, hello to Shelby and Cindy and Shireen. Hi ladies, and welcome to my live for the night. So thanks spring. One good thing with the spring around the corner and the warmer temperatures is the snow won't stay for long. And we did have it pretty easy here in Michigan with not a whole lot of snow. But I'm just kind of like going, ugh, I'm not ready for that tomorrow. I kind of already packed away the boots and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, welcome to my live for this week, you guys. I have some really cute cards I'm going to share with you. It's a stamp set that I haven't showcased yet. It is the Filled with Happiness stamp set, and it coordinates with this awesome punch. It's a round oval punch. I know the punch is not available right now, but it will come back. It's just on back order. But I loved my cards that I created with this set so much that I thought, why not share them with you guys on my Facebook Live for this week. Other things I have for announcements other than our big snow that's going to be coming tomorrow. Claire survived her crazy busy week with being in the pit orchestra for our musical at the high school with 4 performances. She did her solo ensemble, which I posted. Most of you had seen that, and I thank you all for the beautiful comments. I do also feel that she did a phenomenal job on that. So she had a lot of fun, but she was dead. She got home from doing the solo ensemble in Midland at about, we got home about 11 o'clock, and she took a pretty long nap for the afternoon. But I was like, that's okay. I am going to let her nap. So anyway, but it was a fun weekend. Beautiful show. All the kids did so well for that. So that was cool. And then this weekend, I have my class. I'm supposed to have my class over in the Thumb on Saturday. So pray that I can make it over there. I'm looking forward to seeing all my ladies that do my class over in Bad Axe. So I'm hopeful that I can get over there on Saturday. We will have to wait and see. And then I have family coming here Saturday afternoon. So my nephew is getting confirmed on Palm Sunday, which is this coming Sunday. So my sister's son, Richie, is getting confirmed. It wasn't supposed to be until May, but our pastor at our church took a call somewhere else. And so he moved the confirmation up. So I have my mom and my brother that I'll be having here at my house on Saturday and Sunday. So kind of looking forward to that as well. And other than that, that's just a kind of a fun family weekend to just kind of do whatever. Claire starts her spring break officially tomorrow. And so she has some friends coming over tonight to just hang out and have some fun with her. So hopefully once they get here, you don't hear too much activity upstairs. But if you do, just know it's kids having fun. And then, what else do I have going on? I'm trying to think. Oh, Claire's spring break week is next week as well. So I will be off a couple days. She's going to go get fitted for some new point shoes because her point shoes that she has aren't the greatest. So we're trying to get her a new one. Hello, Karen. Yay. And Linda and Sandy, you're here. Mary, I'm glad that you enjoyed that. I'm reading all your guys' comments. Okay, some classes. I still do have some classes open or classes available for March. If you are part of my BB Monthly Club, all the kits are prepped and ready to go out. A couple of them went out. Sandy, your box I know went out today, but I ran out of envelopes, and my envelopes come on Monday. So all of them are addressed, ready to go. Envelopes will come. I'm shoving them in, sealing them up, and taking them to the post office. So kits will go out on Tuesday of next week. Otherwise, they would have gone out today, so I apologize. Just waiting on envelopes. I have a love-hate with envelopes. Because, oh, Peggy, the tour, you didn't miss it. The tour was on my team page, so that's why you didn't see the catalog. Yeah, we aren't really allowed to go through a lot of the catalog yet until the catalog goes live. So we kind of, one of the benefits of being that is you get to kind of see some of the things in advance. So you didn't miss anything, Peggy, because we're not, that's one of Stampin' Up's rules is we can't really show, we can show you guys the cover of the catalog, but we can't show anything else until the actual catalog goes live. However, if you guys are one of my customers, you're the first to get the catalog. I will be making sure that that gets sent out to all of you who have bought from me in the last year. So hopefully you get that in the next couple. Well, it won't be until probably we get our complimentary copy in the next week or so. You guys should get yours by the middle of April is what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Oh yes, you didn't miss it yet. I wish I could show you guys all of it because it's pretty amazing. And they actually have a really fun layout this year. I know that there are some demonstrators who are not really liking the new layout. I personally am loving the new layout. To me, it's going to give those of you that are crafters guides on how to cut paper, how to do different things. It's more like, I mean, it's still our catalog. It has all of our amazing products in it, but it's set up to give you guys more ideas and options than what they've done in the past. And so I am really stoked for the layout. So I'm hoping that, oh good, Sandy, yeah, so Sandy's a demonstrator and has seen it as well. I love the new layout and I think it is perfect and exactly kind of trendy and what we needed. So good to see that there's other people out there that like it as well, because there's been a lot of naysayers out there who don't like it, and I am on the complete opposite end of that spectrum. Okay, so let's see here. So yeah, still have classes open on my Stippled Roses. I have 2 different Stippled Roses classes that are open. And then I just opened up my online fun party bingo for April 17th. We had a technical difficulty last night that my daughter fixed at like 10 to 8 when she got home from dance. But so my bingo from March is postponed till next week. So those of you, I want to thank you. Many of you are watching tonight. Thank you, bless you, for understanding my technology glitch. But every time my phone would ring, then my video would quit last night. And I had Do Not Disturb on, but there was a setting that I didn't quite have tweaked right. So she actually made me a brand new Do Not Disturb focus thingy that actually stops all texts and phone calls from even coming to my phone. You go right to voicemail. So that is officially on, and it will be next week as well. So anyway, I apologize to those of you. I hate that. I've always wanted to be very, and I couldn't be last night. Anyway, but our bingo nights are always fun. And then I am having a spring fling crafting retreat on April 13th. And I'm calling it Spring Fling because my entire theme is around the Zinnias bundle, which is an online exclusive. And I have make and takes that are going to be focused on that. I have 2 optional classes, and I've made the decision today that I'm going to be opening up those 2 classes for anybody to purchase, even if you're not able to attend in person, to be able to get those kits by mail. So be on the lookout for that. One is an 8x8 framed art home decor piece, be perfect for Mother's Day. And then the other one is a Zania card class. I think it's 8 cards, maybe it's 10 cards, 5 designs, 2 of each card. So be on the lookout for those to be opening up, and you will you'll be able to see that. And then let's see here. Let's do our sharing. I think we have both of our people who won tonight watching. I've seen comments come through from, let me make sure. Yes, we do. So if you guys just simply share my video, that's all you have to do. Share my video, let your other friends on your page know about all the fun that we have on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Invite them to join us, and you get in the drawing. Okay? So the winners are of the beautiful Starry Sky ribbon. So this is the Starry Sky ribbon. We have Shireen Gross. So congratulations to Shireen. And I know that Shireen is always the first one to congratulate everyone else. So hopefully you all congratulate her. So congratulations, Shireen. And then the winner of the Sweet Sorbet ribbon is Beth Merkel. So congratulations to Beth and to Shireen. And I just see that Beth commented congratulations as well to you, Shireen. All right, so anyway, congratulations, ladies. Up for grabs this week. Now, I know that these are a celebration item, but I can tell you they're still a hot, trendy item, and people are still wanting them. And I have a couple more to give away. So these are the opaque faceted gems from Celebration that you would have had to have put in a $50 order to get. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. And that's one of the prizes. And then the other prize for tonight, again, all you have to do is share my video, comment that you shared so I know. I don't always see that you shared it if your settings are kind of different in Facebook. So please comment shared. That's how I kind of go through your names and get you in the drawing. This is pecan pie and very vanilla ribbon, and it isn't even a ribbon that I have used yet, but it came out in the online exclusives about 2 or 3 months ago, and it's very, very, very pretty ribbon. So those are the two items that I have up for grabs, and so we'll draw lucky winners of that next time. Okay, your ribbon, ladies, will be going out to you in the next couple days here. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I have? So new catalog, I'm going to kind of go over the timeline of the new catalog. So demonstrators are able to look at it now and see it. So I know some of you watching are on my team. I know, Shelby, I saw your comment come through. But if you, I will give you directions on where to find it after my live. But it's one of the perks of being a demonstrator. You get to see it online early, and then we'll get our complimentary copy in the mail. We get to pre-order from it April 2nd. If there were demonstrators that went to the onstage event in Houston, they got to order in advance. So I had a little bit of FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out while people were there, but I had to make the tough decision to forfeit going to onstage this year. It was tough. I missed everyone, but with trying to make sure I had the capacity with vacation time and resources, I want to go see Natalie out in Disney because I won't see her until middle of April when we head out there, and then she's not home until almost the end of May. So my husband and Claire and I are all taking some time to go see her for about 3 to 4 days, and so that is kind of where I had to and starting a new job, vacation time, all that kind of stuff. And it's getting really busy at work as we start to prepare and package students with their financial aid for summer. And then right on the heels of that is the fall packaging. And if any of you have people in school or been keeping up with the news, you all know that the FAFSA, which is our free application for federal student aid, has been delayed this year. The Department of Ed has delayed that so much. So we're going to be strapped. All financial aid offices are going to be really strapped, trying to get people their packages to know what they're going to have for financial aid. So we had to pick and choose our vacation wisely. I know I missed you too, Sandy. I think it was the first one I've missed ever. I think I've gone to every single one, but I just couldn't swing it all. And so the catalog goes live. We can pre-order from it April 2nd. So I'm sure I'll be showcasing one of my Facebook Lives will be a sneak peek overhaul of all the things that I've got that we were able to pre-order, the new in colors. I did post the names of the new in colors and their beautiful cases. I will be doing an in-color club. I've had that question already from a couple of you. If you've commented, I think I've got Peggy and maybe one other person down already. I will be doing an in-color club where you get one color every month for 5 months, and you always get more free goodies included in that. But the in-color club gets you one of everything that we have that's in color themed. So you get the marker, you get the blends, you get the cardstock, you get the ribbon, you get the ink refill. And usually I come up with some kind of an embellishment. So you probably get the in color embellishments in one of them. If there's in color glimmer paper, you'll get some of that. So I haven't priced it yet because it's easier for me to be able to price that when I actually have a hard copy of the catalog in my hands. But know that I will be doing that. So if you're looking for that, registration will open once I get my catalog and can actually figure out my pricing structure. And I'll also be doing a product share with some of the new designer series paper. So be on the lookout for that. It's a good way to get your hands on a little sampling of all of the paper so you know what you might like and all that kind of stuff. I agree, Shireen. I'm glad I can drag him along too, but not for very long. It's going to be like I think we go from a Sunday through a Thursday. And he's like, that's enough. He's a homebody, but I am dragging my husband along with me. He hasn't seen Natalie since she left. So anyway, so those are things that are coming on the horizon. Reminder, if you want any of the retiring in color stuff, do it sooner than later. April 9th is when a big sale starts on stuff retiring from the 2 catalogs, which is the mini catalog and the annual one. Some of the things are up to 60% off. I did email out those lists for you guys to look at, so you could see some of the things leaving. So be on the lookout for that, and kind of make your shopping list of things that you want. Or if there's anything that you know that you want, get it sooner than later, because it's while supplies last at that point. Again, if you're one of my current customers, you get a complimentary catalog in the mail. It's my personal thank you for all that you do to support my little small business here. And so if you've bought from me in the last year, you will get one in the mail. And if you do not get it by the end of April, I ask that you please let me know, and I will get one personally to you from my own stash. I'm a firm believer that that is the only way for you guys to see all the awesome things that Stampin' Up! Has to share, and I want to share it with you freely, and so that is one of my little things that I do. Okay, you guys ready to see what I've created for you tonight? So these cards are really, really pretty. They're very springy themed. So like I said, as we're thinking spring and getting snow tomorrow, but these cards were really pretty, and this was a class that I offered. And so I think I do have a kit or 2 left of these. If anybody's really interested in these cards, let me know and we'll get you hooked up, because they are kind of fun. But this was a class that I offered for an event and decided, you know what, I'm going to showcase them for all of you guys as well. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down and let's have some fun creating. Okay. So what I've created for you guys is some cards. I don't have a 3D project tonight, but I created some cards for you using the awesome Filled with Happiness stamp set and some coordinating spring themed products. So let me bring in the stamp set first so you guys can see it. Isn't that awesome? Oh, don't tell me that, Philomena. Oh, and we're probably getting that tomorrow. Oh well. Okay, so this is the stamp set that I'm going to be showcasing tonight. It is called Filled with Happiness. I think this might be carrying over into the new catalog. Yes, I'm 90% sure it is. I know the punches, and this punch kind of coordinates with it. This punch I know is not available right now, but it will be coming back. It's just on back order right now. So just got to kind of bear with that. Adjusting my camera a little bit, you guys. There we go. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be using tonight. I paired it with, so this is going to look familiar because I paired it with some of the products that I used for my Easter cards, because I really, really, really like these products. These products are also carrying over into our new catalog. I remember seeing them when I looked online. And so you can see I've used a bunch of this. So this is all of my little scraps. But those are the 3 colors that we have. And then here are the cute little rainbow dots. So I incorporated that into my cards for tonight. And then I'm going to show you the paper. This paper is called Lighter Than Air. And this paper is actually designed to go with the hot air balloon bundle. But I paired it with this as well because, well, that's good. We're supposed to get a lot more snow than that, unfortunately, Philomena. What I like about this paper is, even though it's got some of the hot air balloons and things on some of it, if you use the opposite side, it works perfect because you can't tell that it's got the hot air balloons on it, right? So we have some of these patterns here. Let me bring them out. They should look a little familiar to you because they're ones that I did indeed use on my Easter cards. So I'm just going to kind of bring out a few of them because I found that I used this paper got used a lot in the basement over the last little bit here. So these are some of the patterns that I'm going to share with you. Oh, thank you, Philomena. I went with light pink again, right? Need something springy. All right, and on the back of these patterns, I don't know if any of these have the hot air balloons on, but a couple of them do have hot air balloons. Oh, I got the same one out twice. But anyway, you can kind of see how beautiful this paper is. And there's lots of different colors of cardstock that's in this paper. So some of them that you can use to incorporate is Azure Afternoon, Berry Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lolly, and Petal Pink and Pool Party. So love that. Love, love, love that. Lots of spring colors in there. And I'm also going to be using some blends. I did some coloring. So here with the blends, we're going to use 3 different sets. I think the only ones I used. I used the Granny Apple Green, which is my go-to green. I used the Pool Party, which is kind of like one of my go-to ones as well. And probably my most ever one that I go to the most is the Light and Dark of the Petal Pink. Now, I will tell you that in the catalog, there are some price increases that are going to be coming into play. I know no one likes price increases, but we all know that they're existing everywhere. I will tell you that I do know the blends are going to be going up from $10 to $11. So if there are some colors that you want, you might want to save up for them and get them while you can before the new catalog goes live. Cardstock is also going to be going up a little bit. So if there's some colors that you want, excuse me, make sure you grab them as well. Okay, so now that I've shown you all of the products, let me see which one I have here first to show you. We're going to start with this one right here. Now again, the Awesome Bundle has a bunch of different sayings in it. Happy birthday, just a note, it's a good day to have a good day. That's kind of a fun one, right? Hello, miss you, thank you, congratulations. I like all of them as well. But this is the one we're going to start with right here because it's the one that's on the top of my stash. How's that? Oops, and then I move everything. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to start by folding our Azure Afternoon cardstock in half here. So this is the Azure Afternoon cardstock. Lots of layering. You guys know that Kim Vogel and that layering, right? So I have a layer of basic white, 5 1/4 by 4, the Designer Series paper that's 5 by 3 3/4. We're just going to adhere those two together here. So we're just going to adhere that together. And then this whole thing is going to go onto my card base, like that. And then I have more layers. What do you guys think of all my layers? All right, so what I did is, this I believe is 4 by 3. And so then this is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then on this Fresh Freesia, I actually stamped, it's a good day to have a good day. Now you're probably thinking, okay, but you have white on top of that. Yep, I stamped it again on basic white and punched it out with the coordinating oval punch. And then we're going to color this, and this is going to get then dimensioned right on top, excuse me, of this to cover that up. So it's a neat little technique way of being able to do different things with that stamp set. And then you still have the white showing. Isn't that a kind of a neat idea? So we're just going to adhere all of these together. So that's going to go on there. I know, isn't it pretty? Very pretty. And this is going to go on here like that. And then we can go ahead and adhere this entire thing down to my card, like that. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So this is where I'm going to bring in my Petal Pink, and I kind of stuck with the same colors of blends to use on all of them, so I didn't have to have a lot. Now you don't have to use the colors that I'm using. You can use any of the colors that you might want to use. But because this bundle didn't have like any paper that went with it, you know, I paired this with it. Now you can pair any of our Designer Series paper. That's the other thing I think is important to know. Just because a paper comes out to be used with a specific bundle does not mean you have to use it with that bundle. You can get very creative. I agree, Beth, very, very cheery. But you can get creative, however creative as you would like, to be able to pair anything with whatever you would like. Okay, so you do not need to have it be just with limiting yourself to what you see in the catalog or to using paper for the bundle that Stampin' Up! Had it come out with. As in the case here, you can see that is not what I did at all. I got very creative. Okay, and then the final thing that I'm going to do on this one, I didn't do it on the sample, but I am going to do it on this one, is I'm going to come in here with some Pool Party. And I'm just going to kind of color this a little bit. This Pool Party pretty much is almost dead. I should probably get rid of it. Just going to color this up a little bit. Just so that I have a little bit of a more shadowy color on there. What do you guys think of that? I kind of like it. And then this is going to get put on with some dimensionals onto right on top of the middle of this. So it's going to look like those dimensional backings like to stick everywhere. All right, so I'm just going to put a couple dimensionals on there. And then this is going to stick right on top of this. And I'm just going to kind of center it on there like that. And then the final thing I did was add a little bow using this little twine. And I love this little twine. It's so springy, so pretty. It's the same twine I did use on my Easter cards. If you watched me last night, you know that last week, you knew that I was struggling some with the twine. One, because my nails were so long, and two, my hands got sticky. But my nails are shorter. I told him, okay, you cannot leave them that long. I said, I need them shorter. I can't create, and I'm struggling. He laughed at me. All right, I'm just going to, off camera, cut off the tails a little bit of this. And then I'm just going to get my glue dots, and I'm going to put this little bow on the bottom of my card. So yeah, every other Tuesday is my nail appointment. So I just got them done this last week. They are actually remodeling the place where I go. So they're all stuck in this other salon. And my guy that does my nails, his name is Fong. He's like, I'm so ready to be back where we were supposed to be. It's supposed to be 2 weeks. It's been 6 weeks as they got their floor redone. So he's kind of like struggling a little bit. Hello, Susie. Hello, Deb. Welcome, ladies. So yeah, anyway, so there's my first card. Oh, I topped it off with some of these little round, and I need to add to my shopping list another take your pick tool, because I don't know what happened to mine, and I keep forgetting to order one for myself. So I need to, but because my nails aren't as long, I'm able to use my nails and put these on here. And you can use any colors that you would like on them. Let me move this down just a smudge. There we go. Good enough. All right. So there you have it, the first card using that awesome stamp set. And I love how bright and cheery they are too. Great cards for the springtime to give to friends and coworkers and all that awesome stuff. I agree, Shireen. I love it too. Okay, so the next one that we are going to create is, I don't know if I have my sample here. That's weird. Well, I may have to come back to that one. So we're going to come back to that one. I'm going to go look for that sample here in just a bit. That's weird. Yeah, I only have 4 of them. Well, okay. So, I got it, you guys. We're gonna detour back to the one I was supposed to do. So thank you, Jen. Jen is here cutting tonight and prepping some things for me. So anyway. All right, so this is the card that I was going to do next that I couldn't find my sample of, and I got a little panicky. All right, same kind of concept, but look at how pretty that is with that yellow. And then this time, so I kind of made these look like they were grapefruit, in my opinion. I kind of made them grapefruitish. We're going to do this again, but this time we're going to use it and make it look like it's lemons. So do you see how you can get very creative with that? Same kind of concept, just again, showing you guys how easy. Tammy says hello to you, Jen.
Hello, Tammy.
Showing you how easy it is to be able to duplicate the same patterns and get a different look just by using stuff that's a little bit different, okay? So again, I'm using basic black for my layering. That's the 5 1/4 by 4. This yellow piece from the same paper pack is the 5 by 3 3/4. Again, you guys can see this little, and when I get these cards together, you're going to see how easy they are and how simple they look when they're all together. So this one, we're going to do the same thing with. You're going to see here that I also have a kitty cat update for you guys. So, you know, Claire named our kitty cat Olaf, and he absolutely loves people. He doesn't mind whoever you are. Like, when you come in the house, you better be prepared to hang on to him or pet him for maybe 10, 15 minutes before you go do anything else, or he will meow and hound you like crazy. It's kind of cute. Oh, but I don't have a yellow marker. I didn't grab a yellow marker. That's because I didn't have my sample out for this one. So we're just going to, you guys are going to pretend for right now that I'm going to be coloring that. This one I'm going to use the light Granny Apple Green. So again, you can see a little bit of a different variation here with the coloring. And I think Jen is searching for a yellow blend for me. Kind of nice having somebody here sometimes when you forget things, because then you don't have to get up. Thank you. All right, and then I also colored, I used my Petal Pink to color the flowers this time. These are the little flowers here. I like them. And then I'm going to use my, what color do I want to use? Dark Daffodil Delight or light? We're going to go with, I think we're going to go with the dark. I like the dark. Oh, and I almost colored, did you guys catch that? I almost colored it. I do have it upside down. You are right, Sandy, because I wasn't paying attention. See, the joy of that adhesive is look. Turn it right around. Thank you, Sandy. I'm glad I saw that comment come in. Woohoo! And then I almost colored the wrong one too, right? Okay. Thank you, Philomena. You guys, I appreciate you all keeping me on the ball. All right, so I'm going to use the dark. I think I used the light on the sample, but I'm going to use the dark one on this one. And this time, like I said, we're going to make them lemon. Uh-oh, it got quiet upstairs in my house. That's kind of a... okay, and then this is going to go on with a couple of dimensionals as well. So yeah, we're all on, well, I'm not on spring break, but our schools are on spring break this next week. And so I only took off a couple days to kind of hang out with Claire and I might even just switch it to one if she decides to go and do something with a friend. But we got to get her I mentioned we have to get her some new point shoes. So I'll tell you a little bit of a story. Some of you may have already heard this about point shoes, but the average life of a pair of point shoes on your feet is 24 hours, literally. Because they call it the flank of the shoe is what supports you when you're on point. And so Claire's been going through a pair of point shoes every single month, especially when it was Nutcracker season and all of that. Well, she also does a class that she's on point for. And so she... Estelle is going through shoes pretty fast. So the studio owner is the ballet teacher, and she suggested that we look for a different brand of shoe for Claire that has a little bit of a thicker and harder flank to support her more. And so we are going to a different dance store. And of course, you have to have an appointment to get a point shoe fitting. Believe it or not, you have to have an appointment. And so we made an appointment on Tuesday for that. We're heading to, actually, I think we're heading over to Shelby's neck of the woods. We're heading to Saginaw, which is about an hour drive from here. I forget the name of the place we're going, but they have a brand of shoe that Claire cannot wait to try. And then they actually measure your feet and everything to make sure that you get the right size, the right everything. And they actually have professionals there that do the point shoe fittings. So that's all I've heard about since now that Claire's done with all of her orchestra stuff. She's all excited about getting some new point shoes. So that's kind of cool. So that's the only thing we really have on the docket is to go and do. So I agree. The yellow is very pretty. Okay. So, and again, I know these two cards were very, very similar, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to show you guys how you can use the same card design and just get two completely different looks and feels to your card. Okay, so it's a neat little way to kind of get creative with what you do, and how you present the different stamp sets and things like that. Okay, so again, it's all about the presentation and how you make it look a little bit different. All right, so let me get those out of the way. All right, so the next card that I have to share with you guys. Ooh, so you guys are gonna go, oh wow, Kim. Okay, so this card is a little bit of a unique card, And that, again, same kind of concept, but look at this. This is the only spot that opens up to actually be your card. Okay, so this is just a card base, or a card, not even a base, like a flat piece of cardstock with layers on it. And then this is where you would write your name and things on it. So this is the only piece that opens up as a card. Is that not kind of fun and different? I love that. I love, love, love that. Okay, so for this one, we are going to, oh, so Tammy's asking me how Claire did. Yeah, so she didn't let me post how she did, but for the first time, she got a 1 and not a 2. So she was, or no, she got a 2 and not a 1. So she was a little hard on herself. But I will tell you guys what happened because, you know, I'm in good company with all of you. So she was so exhausted. Her actual performance was phenomenal. Let me give you measurements quick. So this is cut 5.5 by 4 1/4, or no, 4.5. So this is actually a quarter piece of cardstock. Okay. And then you have the layers. So I'm going to glue these two together and wrap ribbon around while I tell you guys about Claire's performance. So her performance was absolutely beautiful. But one of the things that they do check you on, or do test you on after the performance, is it's called proficiency. And there really isn't a good way to prepare for it, because you have to do a lot of things just Johnny on the spot. So they'll give you a piece of music that you have 60 seconds to look at, and then you have to play it. And so that way it's called sight reading, and that she did phenomenal on. She, you know, looked at it, kind of like pretended like she was playing it and her, you know, with her fingers, and she did great on it. Then they do what's called scales, where you have to, they'll tell you, we want you to play the D minor on 2. I'm not sure how they even say it all. And so they give you like 5 or 6 different scales to play. And again, you don't know which ones you're going to have, and there are so many of them. And on one of them, she completely froze. She just sat there and almost, I thought she was going to hyperventilate. She drew a blank on what to play, and she just sat there looking at me and looking at my husband, Matt. And, you know, we can't say anything, so we're just sitting there going, oh no. And finally the judge said, sweetie, you have an ear. It was a lady judge. Could tell she was probably a mom because she had that mom in her. She goes, sweetie, you have an amazing listening ear for playing the cello. I want you to put that bow on the D string, and I just want you to go for it. It'll come back to you. And so that is what Claire did. And yes, it indeed came back to her. But she did get a 2, and she almost, you know, almost cried. She was quite sad. But I told her, you know what? You do a beautiful job. You can't always get 1s, right? And she still got a medal for her jacket, which is what she really wanted and all that. So she still did great. But yes. That's how Claire did. So this piece right here, you can kind of cut it any size that you want. Whatever size you want this to be, you're going to want to cut it, you know, twice the length and then score it so that you've got your little fold here, okay? I don't actually have these measurements. Now, I do have this available as a tutorial that you can purchase. I need to start promoting my tutorials more for available for purchase. They come free with the class. So if you purchase the class, you get the tutorials emailed to you. But I also sell my tutorials for $15 that include all of the measurements. So you'd be able to have these and duplicate them and all that great stuff. Same concept, you guys. You can tell I just loved that whole concept of the coloring and putting on top of stuff. So for this, we are going to use, I made it a little bluebird with my pool party marker here. So I'm just going to color, oops, actually I'm going to use my lighter side of this because that one is not going to work the greatest. And I'm just going to color this all in with my pool party. I think I used the light for my sample, but that's okay. This one's just going to be a little bit darker. So sometimes if your main end of your blend goes bad, I don't like to get rid of it right away because usually the opposite side, which is the smaller end, it's still got plenty of ink in it to be able to still do your coloring. So just keep that in mind. I don't like to just throw them away because one side is bad when you can still use the other one. So anyway, that's why a lot of them are still up there, because they're still good for coloring. You know, if you have a little area, you want the little side anyway. So kind of like what I'm doing right here. All right. But I think part of Claire's problem last weekend was it was just way too much. She had 4 performances to our musical Beauty and the Beast, and it was very, very heavy on the music. And then she had to get up early to drive over to Midland, which is about a 40-minute drive from our house. And she had to be there by like 7:30 in the morning, and she had a performance the night before and didn't get home until 10 o'clock. And by the time she got a shower and went to bed, yeah, she was exhausted. So we think part of it was, and she says, Mom, I don't know why I just froze on it. And I'm like, it's okay. But she was pretty hard on herself. She is my child who strives for perfection. And I told her sometimes close is good enough. And I told her she needs to learn that. That's one thing that she definitely needs to learn. All right. And then you can see here, I just tied on a little bow on that side. And I'm going to actually double over one of these little bows, or one of these, I'm going to make a bow instead of a knot for mine. So, right, Tammy? I know, but she is just such a perfectionist with that. It drives me nuts. I shouldn't say that. I appreciate and respect her for her hard work and dedication, but I just don't like when she gets so down on herself about it. All right, so I'm just going to trim that off. And yeah, she'd let me post it, but she says, I don't want you to tell anybody my score. And I went, okay, I won't mention your score, but I think a 2 was phenomenal. But her piece was beautiful. She did a beautiful job. All right, and then I actually added another little bow right here, but I'm not going to take the time to do that. And then you can see down here, I added some of those little gems. But isn't that card super duper cute? Super duper cute card as well. Okay. What have I got left? Oh, this one. Okay, so this one I did not use the same kind of planner, same kind of where I was stamping and putting it on top. This one, I just used the actual stamp and cut it out. But look at those colors. Aren't those gorgeous colors together? Again, any of these colors, you guys, are going to just look gorgeous together because they're all just so springy and cute and fun and all that good stuff. So for this one, I used Pool Party for the card base. I'm going to move it out of the way because I'm going to be building up this layer and I don't want it in my way. So this is a 5 1/4 by 4 piece, and the cards, this designer paper is going to go on the top, and then I have a piece that's going to go on the bottom as well. So I'm just going to adhere this one to the top. And yep, this one is cut the opposite way to give you a little bit of a different variation here. And then this one I'm going to glue down to the bottom. And then what I did is I added a piece of cardstock to go right in the middle. This is a 3/4 inch strip that's going to go right in the middle and blend those in together. And then I just wrapped that yellow twine around it. Again, any of the colors of twine would work. I just chose to use the yellow to pull out the yellow in this designer series paper. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this. Look at that. And there's my yellow. I always make a mess when I get near the end of my lives, you guys, because I just throw everything everywhere. And I'm just going to kind of make sure this goes right around the middle of this. And I'm going to do it, I think I did it 3 times. I'm going to just do it twice for these. You can see I'm just sticking that down really good as I go around. And now we can go ahead and adhere this down to the card base because I've got that twine on there, and now we can adhere it down to the Pool Party card base. So there we go. And then we're just going to build this little piece up. So you can see that I have a little piece of Pool Party fresh freesia. That's fresh freesia that I used in there. So these two are going to get adhered together. And then these are going to get put on with some dimensionals down to the middle of my card. And then you're going to see how I did that awesome little twine there in the middle of that before I put that on. And I used the twine pretty freely because it was included. Everyone who took this class from me got the twine included in their class. So they could use a lot of it in any way that they wanted to. So how I do that is I put a big glob of glue in the middle. This is going to cover it up if I don't have the twine cover it up. But I always put that adhesive in the middle like that. And then we're just going to wrap this around my fingers like this. And yeah, I'm going to do it maybe 2 or 3 or 4 times. Doesn't really matter. I think I did it quite a few. And then I'm just going to snip this off. Okay, let me get this out of the way. So it's still on my fingers here. You can see one end is here, one end is here. You don't want to kind of lose those ends. So I kind of just pull them like that. And I just twist it. And I'm going to adhere it down to that big glob there. Okay. And now we're going to put this on with dimensionals. I probably should have put it more at an angle so that it will, there we go. And then this is going to go on right in the middle with a couple of dimensionals. So I'm just going to put one down here, and I'm going to put one up here. And that's going to make sure and cover up the rest of that adhesive pile that I threw in the middle of that. And then from here, you're just going to pull this apart. And it's okay to leave that one kind of go a little bit there then. But you can see here, I'm just pulling this apart. And I could have even made it a little bit bigger if I wanted to, but you can see how I kind of pull that apart to get the look of it looking more loopy than it just being all together in one thing. Isn't that cute? So you can kind of play with it any way that you want to play with it. And then if you don't like this sticking out like that, you can always just then trim this off a little bit. Now this one, I didn't add any color to it. I did add some of those light yellow gems up there at the top of that one as well. But there you have, you're wonderful. I appreciate you. Just a note. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, my last card that I have to share with you guys is this one right here. Now this I encompassed in a little bit of an embossing folder with it. And I love the color of this one. I think it looks really, really pretty paired together. Again, very springy, right? Such a great springy card. Now, one of the things I did in this card is I wanted more of my bubble bath layer to show. So usually we always cut the layers to 1/8 or to 1/4 inch. This one I left a little bit more. I left it to the 1/2 inch. So I had a little bit more showing. Isn't that beautiful? So for this, I used basic white for my card base. Thank you, everyone. So basic white for the card base, and we're just going to fold that in half. And then I have my layer of the bubble bath. I love bubble bath. And those of you that know that I love pinks, I am so excited for those in colors that we have coming out. We have one that's called, it's something pink. Pretty in Pink it's called. And then the other one is Petunia Pop. And yes, I love both of them and cannot wait to use those. So if I have time, you guys, I'm going to try to do a comparison of all the different colors that are kind of similar, so you can kind of see, well, how close is that to when we used to have Pink Pirouette, or how close is that to when we used to have whatever. So it's just a matter of going out and finding what we call hex codes for the different colors and then incorporating them into graphics. Or if I can find a friend of mine who has already done that, I might just share them. We as demonstrators don't mind letting other demonstrators share our things as long as we kind of give them credit, because that is a little bit of a time-consuming feat. So, but I know that I've had a few of you ask me about that. So I'm going to give it my best shot to be able to get those for you guys, okay? So you can kind of see them next to other colors that Stampin' Up! Has had. All right, so for this one, I used this one. It kind of just pulls out the little Calypso Coral color in that designer series paper right there. And did the same thing on this one. But this time, I'm going to actually make it, maybe if I can, a little bit bigger. I'm going to include my thumb in this. Do you guys see that? So it'll just make it a little bit bigger. All right, and then I'm going to, maybe I'll go one more time. I got lots of this. I got lots of this twine, so why not use it, right? Sticking to my fingers, or my rings, I mean. All right, so here it is, and I'm just gonna make that figure 8 and I'm gonna actually put it on there like this because I made this one probably too big now. That's okay. No such thing as too big. And then this is gonna go on the top of this as well. Okay, using dimensionals. I believe we did have some kind of a pretty in pink or something before. We did. And of course, they're all going to be a little bit different. None of them are ever going to be identical to any of the other ones unless they actually bring a color back. So it's always a little bit different, which is neat to see the different shading and how they do that. The in colors, though, are usually pretty trendy with what's out. I always like to kind of walk in stores. I was actually in, true story, I was actually in Target with Claire, and we've seen some clothes that were colors similar to what the in colors are. So it's always kind of interesting and fun to see that, because I feel that Stampin' Up! Is usually on point with their in colors and kind of knowing exactly what's going to be on the market and what's kind of in and trendy. So I kind of like that. But you see how easy that is to add twine that way? It doesn't just add a lot. What I like about adding the twine like this is that it still makes it nice and flat for you to be able to send in regular postage, not get charged extra for it, and it just fills in a lot of the little gap on that. The final thing I did on these cards is I added some of these little purple dots. I love those dots on that as well. And voila, you have an amazing card. And I think this one might be one of my favorites. I just love the colors of it. So let me bring in all of my cards that I created with you tonight using this Filled with Happiness stamp set. If you don't have it yet, it's a great stamp set for doing a lot of these fun little spring cards that you seen me do here with you tonight. And then these two, again, are ones that I kind of mimicked. Identical cards, but just did different colors for you to be able to see. Now, I think I do have one or two of these classes left. This was a class that I offered at one of my events that I did, and it was very well received. Everyone loved it. And again, this one's kind of a fun, different little take on a card. So if you're interested, let me know. I can hook you guys up with that. But I thought I would showcase these since I had some of the stuff left, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that paper. So if you have not made spring themed cards yet, I really encourage you to get your hands on some of this Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper. Pair it with a favorite stamp set that maybe you already have in your stash that you like, and you're going to be able to make some gorgeous and pretty cards with it. All right, thank you everyone for joining me tonight for my presentation of the Filled with Happiness stamp set. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hope you have a great weekend. If you're in Michigan, stay safe tomorrow, and I'll be back live with you guys all next week with another awesome presentation of some great products. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I will surprise you. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.